Well, hello everyone and welcome to the Singapore Grand Prix. It is round 13 of the ILR3 World Championship. Here is Pagani in that McLaren. He's in good form at the moment, he'll be hoping for another win. Let's put the lap data on so we make sure we know what times people are doing. So no times yet on the board. Qualifying has pretty much only just begun. Everyone will be setting their first time in the session, with the rest coming in at the end. So here's TMB Wazzy on board with the Ferrari man already. Let's see what he can do. Had a bit of a bad time in Italy last time out. He got pole, but didn't quite get the start. Well, he got a great start, but hit the curb on the opening lap and went right down to the back. And it was just a struggle from there on. Cloudy Balloons has retired. I thought he might have crashed, but he's actually knocked him out of his pit lane. Out of his pit box, sorry. So we'll carry on watching Wazzy for now, as he enters the final sector. Low racer hits a 140.3. That's fairly slow. That is easily beatable for guys in this tier, and all Wazzy lights up the rear tyres just a little bit too much. And there you go, he's lost a bit of his end plate. That's not going to help him for this tight technical section, and he's going to bail into the pits. What about Pagani? Just starting his lap. Carl Med's only a 39.9. I was expecting quicker from these guys. Then again, I believe they may be running sort of hybrid setups, so like dry and wet setups that will work in both conditions, because I believe the forecast says it is going to be a dry to wet race, so it should be a very interesting one for you to watch. It is the longest Grand Prix on the calendar. Maybe not in terms of lap time, but in terms of track length and race length, it is definitely the longest race of the calendar. So make sure you get some popcorn, get those snacks, get those drinks, and hopefully you're in for a cracking ILR3 Grand Prix. Fat Slag pumps in the fastest time so far at 39.1. Should also know that Carl has set his time on the super soft tyres, so he might be looking to go longer in the race than a lot of these guys, because the rain is scheduled to come later on in the race. So maybe he's trying to get a tactical advantage here, Carl. Nicola does a 41.0. That is nowhere near the pace. Weislig, I believe he may be a reserve, so I'm not sure. We'll see, because I saw in the chat that reserves weren't allowed to set a lap, but if he's not a reserve then that's fine, but I might be mistaken. Pagani's bailed on his lap as well. No damage on that McLaren. Goody, of course, in the title fight. No Joker today, so it's a big chance for Goody to get some real points on the board. With only a few rounds to go after this one, this is quite a crucial stage in the championship. And for the Joker to not be here, he could be throwing away that title here. But here comes Goody up to the line. It's quite a slow lap, and indeed he has invalidated it. So I should also mention that tonight we are on strict corner cutting. Not regular corner cutting, we are on strict corner cutting, so maybe that's why these times aren't as quick as I'd expect them to be. Owen Wyatt's done a good lap, 39.8, also on super softs. That is a very quick lap for super softs. So he might be one to watch out for. TMBDW is also on the supers, but he is in his pit box. I believe everyone has set a lap. Everyone else is just in the pits. A little piece, who I believe is on no traction or no assists, so he might not be at the pace where we've seen him at, but we'll wait and see. I believe the game might glitch and it's got him in 7th gear the whole time. Oh no, okay, there you go. He's just trying to save fuel, I think, on his outlap. So I'm going to try and pull the stream up so I can look at the chat, interact with you guys hopefully, because I am on my own tonight. I have no more Brandon in the commentary box, unfortunately. It was a short-lived time between us two in the commentary box. I don't know if Goody's actually... Oh, wow, he taps the ball there. Very aggressive lap here from Goody, if he is on one. Maybe coming into the pits though. Let's go on board for the final few corners. Looks pretty tidy. Is he going to bail? No, he's not. He's going to complete the lap. So here he comes up to the line. It looks like a quick one this time. And it is a quick one this time. Look at that. 38.4 from the man himself, Goody. Gets himself straight on provisional pole, which is exactly where he wants to be. So of course, if you're just tuning in, we are going to have a dry to wet race ahead of us. We should see rain maybe around lap 12, I would say, maybe between lap 12 and 15 is when we should really start to see the rain, but you never know with this game, it could come on lap 2. We'll wait and see. We've still got a few drivers yet to do a lap. Conzo 1993, I believe, is also a reserve. Just starting his lap. But it looks like Hugh is on a lap. Is anyone else on a lap that's closest to the line? Well, Wazzy's just started his lap, and Hugh is in the middle sector. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. There's Goody getting out of the way, but I believe the car ahead of him might also be on a lap. So we'll ride on board with the Mercedes driver for now. Yellow flags ahead. I'm not sure what that's all about. And that's a nice corner cut. That will be an invalidated lap. What about Little Piece? Also on a lap. Hasn't set a time yet, so needs to set a time. Not long left in the session. Just 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. Coming up to the line now. I believe he is on no assist, so it's not going to be as quick. But it is a solid time. A 39.9 puts him P7 for now. And we'll just see what happens next. DW is out on the super softs. So we'll see what kind of time he can do. Goody has retired. He's happy with his 38.4. Only time in the 38 so far, and it's over half a second quicker than second place. That is a stunning lap from Goody so far. Let's see what Wazzy can do. 38.9. I did say he would be up there before the race, and he is straight up there. P2 for TNB Wazzy, as he looks to get some redemption from last week. Pagani, this was my tip for the win. I was actually going to go with Carl for pole, and he might have got it, but he actually, oh my god, I can't speak. He's actually gone out on the super softs, so he won't be getting pole today. See what Pagani can do. Yet to set a lap time. He's actually in a 4-minute lap. Don't know if that's a glitch or not, but no idea. So still yet to set a lap, Pagani. He must be feeling the pressure right now in that cockpit, and DW, well, not quite sure what to say about that one. So everyone out on a lap now. This is where the tyres will start to flood, and it is at the moment, it is Goody on provisional pole position. See what Fat Slag can do. Always the man to watch, or woman to watch, who knows. It is ILR's Stig, so it could be any gender, you never know. We'll go on board with him. He is a very, very quick driver. Into the second sector, he's got Conzo ahead of him who gets out of the way well. Now into the final sector. Oh, and he's just tapped the wall there. A little bit greedy on the exit. Now into the tight, twisting final section of the lap. Nice and clean. Very clean, actually. Lovely stuff from Fat Slag. Going up to the final corner. I don't think it's going to quite be pole position. Oh, it is! No, it's not. 38.3, but it's invalidated. So he would have got pole position there, but he did invalidate. That was Gran. Oh, wow. His wheels actually come off there. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but the session is now over. It is just Jack Gooding, ILR's owner, left to do the lap. So we'll watch him without the HUD as well. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him. That will probably be an AI car as well. I think everyone else is finished, so just see what ILR himself can do. Mr. ILR. Oh, he's bailed into the pits. Well then, there's the session over. Not very dramatic in the end. It is Goody who will be on pole position, then Pagani in second. I didn't quite catch that, but he has gone into second, very close to pole position as well. He is in red hot form at the moment. Is Pagani. He was my tip for the win. So we'll see what happens. So we wait for the session to end. About 45 seconds left. It is going to be a very long race ahead of us. Probably looking at about 55 minutes worth of racing here. If it rains early, that is. Maybe about 50 minutes if it rains later on. But we'll see what happens. Oh, look at that. Fat Slag and Nicolo actually set identical lap times, and Nicolo was actually on the super softs. That is a very quick lap from Nicolo on those super softs to match Fat Slag on the ultras. Nicolo could be in the shout here, but he has got quite a few cars to overtake, and he is on the slower compound. So there is your grid for the Singapore Grand Prix. It is Goody on pole position, Pagani in second, TMB Wazzy third, Fat Slag fourth, Nicolo in fifth, Gran in sixth, Jack Gooding in seventh, Owen Wyatt in eighth, Carl Meds in ninth, and Little Piece rounding out the top 10. So of course all those guys outside of the top 10 are going to get free tyre choice. So we'll see how that plays out. I could see a few guys possibly going for the soft tyres, depending on how long it takes for the rain to actually come. It's going to be an interesting call. I think we're going to see quite a lot of different strategies tonight. Obviously the top 10 cannot change their tyres. We have a few in that top 10 already on the super softs. So it is going to be an interesting one. Just waiting for the drivers to ready up, choose their strategies, fine-tune their setups, ready for this Singapore Grand Prix. I hope everybody at home is ready for this one. We do have the formation lap first though, of course. So let's have a look at the tyres. Wow, only one driver opting for the soft tyres, and that is Nigel. Good old fashioned name, Nigel. Back on P15 in the Sauber, I believe he is, yeah. So he's starting on the softs, only driver on the softs as well. So we'll see, we'll keep an eye on him. We'll see if his pace is good and see how he goes. So, quick rundown of the grid then. We have Goody on pole position, of course, followed by Pagani, TMB Wazzy and Fat Slag, all on the ultra softs in that top four. Then it's Nicolo in fifth in that Force India on the super softs. FC Gran, and then Jack Gooding also on the ultra softs. Then Owen Wyatt and Carl Meds on the supers. Then Little Piece in P10. Now, everybody below that can have free choice of tyres. Low Racer has opted for the Ultra Soft's quickest tyre. Try and get himself up the grid as quick as he can before that rain comes. Konzo and Wiselig have gone for the Super Softs. TMBDW has also gone for the Ultra Softs. Failed to qualify in the top 10 on those supers, so he might have shot himself in the foot there. Nigel, of course, on the softs. We highlighted him just a minute ago. Huberto Mancini on the Ultra Sauce, and then the bottom two, J-Karty LFC and Cloudy Balloons, both on the Super Soft tyres. So then, before this race starts, I'm going to ask you guys at home in the chat, predictions for the race win and the podium. Of course, Goody looks like the man to beat, but Pagani is showing really good form at the moment, and also a really good pace in qualifying there, less than a tenth behind Goody in the end. Looks like we could have a pretty close race on our hands. 31 laps of the Singapore Grand Prix. It is no means easy. It is one of the toughest Grand Prix circuits on the calendar, and add that with the amount of time it takes to complete, it is a very tough race indeed. As we wait for everybody to file into their grid slots, I believe they almost have. Just waiting for that Red Bull there at the back, and here we go. The Singapore Grand Prix is about to start. Hope you're all ready at home. Here we go. The 5 red lights are out and we are ready to go racing in Singapore. And it's Goody who gets a pretty mediocre start, really, off the line. Runs wide there. Might have to give the position back there to Pagani, but we'll see how that unfolds. Lots of position changes in the midfield. Nicolo having to defend from Wazi, who lost the position. Oh, and it's all getting very tight there. About 5 cars coming out of that corner all in one go. It's, oh my word, this is insane. There's surely going to be a crash. Oh, there you go. I called it. It is Carl and the other Ferrari. Who is that? Is that Low Racer? Yeah. Carl and Low Racer having a little coming together, but it's bound to happen with the amount of cars that were all side by side there. Probably just a racing incident in the end. But now it all starts to calm down slightly. Owen Wyatt in 12th place. I think he's lost a few positions. Oh, and there's a Haas there. Konzo slamming into the wall. Lost his end plate. So Low Racer and Jack Gooding go side by side. Low Racer, is he going to get the move down the inside? Yes, he is. Lovely move from the Ferrari. And he's already moved up to 6th place. I think he started in 11th, didn't he? Fantastic start from Low Racer. So we look up front, and it is still Goody from Pagani. We have yellow flags in sector 3. That is Carl Meds. He's having an absolute shocker on this opening lap. He's going to fall right down to the back of the grid. Oh, and he nearly takes out DW as he comes into the pits. It's an early pit stop for a man on super soft tyres, and that might be his race done and dusted already. It's going to be tough for him to come back from that. Cloudy Balloons and Nigel going at it, the two teammates. And Cloudy Balloons is the man ahead at the moment. So it all seems to have settled down now after a pretty hectic start. Nicolo is the best of the super soft runners at the moment in P5. If he can hold his ground for a while, you never know, it could be a very good race for this man. But he does have Low Racer hunting him down. Nicolo very close. Very, very close to hitting the wall there. This is a terrible camera angle. Okay, there we go. And Low Racer might get the run here, and he might try a lunge to the inside. You never know. Nicolo goes defensive. Low Racer might try the switch back. Has he got it? Not quite close enough. Nicolo defends. Oh, he doesn't actually defend. Low Racer goes for it. And look how close they are. Low Racer surely not through this bit here, under the grandstand. And not quite, but Nicolo's got some heavy defending to do, because now he's got Jack Gooding coming into the mix. Goody sets the fastest lap of the race, 43.0. Of course it is only lap 2. Then here comes Low Racer again. He's not quite going to go for it this time though. a little bit too far back to go for the move, and Nicolo defending well as FC Gran gets overtaken by Weislig on those super softs. Got quite a bit of a bunch up at the back here. Cloudy Balloons. He's got the DRS open on Jay Carty LFC, but Jay Carty must be running some really low wings because he's actually pulling away from Cloudy Balloons. Lap 3 of 31, long way to go. Carl Meds, first man to stop, and Owen actually I think as well has stopped, yeah. Must have got some damage, which is unfortunate. Owen not having the greatest of seasons. Oh, as Cloudy tries it around the outside of the hairpin. Not quite going to work for him that time. That Slag's got a 3-second penalty already. That is due to the strict corner cutting rules. He's pushed the limits 3 too many times already, and that's only on lap 3. Could see a few disqualifications tonight due to strict corner cutting. We'll have to wait and see, but Goody is opening up a nice commanding lead. 2 seconds, the gap to Pagani at the moment. Little Piece now picks up a penalty as well. I think we'll be seeing a lot of them tonight. Oh, Little Pieces, oh my word. Well, he must have spun off the final corner curb on the outside there, straight into the wall. He's taken his tyre off, and yeah, he's out of the race. That's unfortunate for him. I don't think he'll be all too bothered. He is still learning no assists, but I suppose he would have liked to have got further than lap 4 in this race. I think, was that rain? It is rain. So the rain's coming down already, which means we're going to have a very long race on our hands. Oh, God help me. But yeah, it's raining already. We'll have to see what kind of transition we have. If it's anything like ILR2 Belgium, this could be really tough for the drivers. Carl Med's already gone for intermediates. It's definitely not time for the intermediates just yet, Carl. He's going to be burning those up immediately, but that Slag is actually getting pretty close to Pagani up front. Number 69 Renault. I wonder what that 69's for. Yeah. We'll see what driver comes out on top in these wet conditions now. Very damp. Pagani now picks up a penalty. Oh, he's actually riding the wall there. You never really want to do that. That's like really closing him in into this final corner. Oh, look how close he's getting. He's pretty much pushing Pagani around that corner. DRS is still active. Is he going to try and lunge to the inside? No, he's not. So again, Pagani pulling away from the driver who has DRS. Oh, look at that. He's actually pushing Pagani through the corner. So Pagani really struggling in these conditions. Huberto gets a penalty as well. We're going to see a lot of them tonight. Only lap 5 of 31. I should have brought a newspaper, really, shouldn't I? Or do something during this race, because it is going to be a long one. We've got an almighty battle forming over here for P12. Jay Carty and Cloudy going at it. Cloudy's going to have the outside. I think there was a bit of damage there from one of the Saubers. Was it Cloudy? Yes, it was. Gets the move done, and then so does Nigel down the inside. Beautiful stuff from the Saubers, but Nigel hasn't quite got it done yet. And Jay Carty actually goes back through. So, nice driving there from both. Oh, well, all 3 drivers. Cloudy actually hitting the wall there. Could have ended his race, really. Pretty lucky not to have lost his wheel there. Set to 3, we have the yellow flags as Gran and Konzo have a nice battle, and that's Carl Meds out of the Grand Prix. He's given up. No, don't blame him, it's too early for intermediates. He's miles back. with 26 laps to go, I wouldn't want to do it either in that kind of position. So we got a nice battle forming up here for 9th as well between Ponzo Gran and Huberto Mancini. And they're all going to come in. DRS is disabled. It is now time for the intermediates. So who's going to get the better of the pit stops? Looks like Goody's got out quite well, so it's Pagani. Matt Slag and Jack Gooding both double stacking. Oh, it's so hard to keep an eye on who's ahead, but Wazzy's actually come out on top there, I think. P4 for him. Good stop from the Ferrari boys. And now everybody is going to be on intermediates, and it is going to be a very, very long race from here on out. And I don't know what's taking Nigel so long. Is it a wing change? It must have been. And also double stacking with Cloudy really would not have helped that at all. So this is going to be it till the end, we believe, unless it actually dries out again somehow. So it's looking like we're going to have a 2-stop race. Another set of inters will probably go on later. Goody's actually lost about half a second to a second of his lead through those pit stops, so Pagani maybe sort of getting back into it. We'll see who's the best in these conditions. And this is a huge battle forming for P9, as we have Grun, Hugh, Ponzo and Cloudy all within about 2 seconds of each other. What a lovely helicopter shot of this battle. Cloudy looks pretty quick in these wet conditions. Grun picks up a penalty, he's going to come back on, and Cloudy couldn't really avoid that, and he's not very happy at all. Didn't get any damage, I don't think, luckily. This is an almighty battle for P9. Look at that, all 4 cars in one shot. Not much else happening on the track. Toro Rosso gets very close to the wall. Has he got damage, Gran? No, he doesn't. Cloudy doesn't either. I think they're all okay on the damage front. And these guys are now all catching Low Racer as well up ahead. Yeah, Low Racer's actually losing a lot of ground. And Wiselig is actually looking very, very competitive in these conditions. He's going to go side by side with Jack down the straight. Jack's going to concede the place. Wiselig, I don't know what to call him. It's up into P6, and it's not a bad showing from the Williams man. Cloudy Balloons now going side by side with Gran. He's going to have the outside for the corner. Very nicely done from Cloudy Balloons. It's not quite done yet though. He's going to have the inside for the next corner. Gran comes across him. Oh, well then. What do you make of that? What do you make of that? It's very hard to tell from the camera angle we had, but it did look like Gran came across Cloudy, gave Cloudy nowhere really to go. And it just looked like Gran ran out of road. So that's ruined that battle. So Owen and TMB have some nice team orders for P15. Not a good showing at all from the Red Bull guys, but Owen has now got himself back into the race. He was 40 seconds down at one point, I believe. So to get himself back into some sort of contention is pretty positive. Oh, and that's Nigel in the wall. Lost his entire front wing. Yeah, he's lost his entire front wing. Don't know what happened there. He just seemed to lose it on his own, straight into the barrier. And from one good debut from Weisling to, yeah, not such a good debut. As FC Gran comes in, he's got that damage, of course. Now we switch back to the battle for P8. It is now. Low racer. Konzo, Hugh and Cloudy as Konzo to the outside of the Mercedes. Got to leave each other space, lads, and all the Mercedes just runs the Haas a little bit off to the side. But that's racing, I suppose, and that's how you do it through that corner. Lovely stuff between those guys, and Konzo get himself into P9. And he can now hunt down Low Racer. Meanwhile, let's go back to the top. Just check in on what's happening. It is still Goody who's leading. 2.2 seconds the gap to Pagani, who is losing a little bit of time each lap. And Nigel's having an absolute disaster. He's now got himself a 5-second stop-go penalty, crossing the white pit exit line, but only on lap 8, would you believe. Been racing for about 15 minutes. But only on lap 8. I did say it was going to be a long one. Pagani seems to have reeled in a bit of time though. Just a little bit, only a tenth or two, but it's enough each time. Where's Brandon? Brandon could not stream. Well, he couldn't commentate. I don't think he's commentating for the rest of the season. In ILR3, I think he's given up on that front, so yeah, it's up to me now. But Konzo to the inside of Low Racer. Oh, side by side. Low Racer's going to have the outside. We need a better camera on that angle than that, Mr. Race Director. And it's all bunching up again for P8. These guys will not get off each other. So it's Konzo leading the little train from Low Racer. And now Hugh, he's going to go to the inside. Low Racer doesn't defend, Hugh to the inside. And now Low Racer's going to have the inside for the next corner. Let's hope they don't crash. Oh, it's lovely stuff side by side through there. And they're still together, side by side. Low Racer around the outside again, just doesn't have the turning angle or the grip around there. Inside line dominates through there, and Hugh gets himself into P9, and Konzo gets a little bit of breathing space. 1.7 seconds ahead. The gap at the top has now come down by a further half second. So Pagani may be starting to get a feel for the wet conditions. We may see a battle for the lead on our hands. We'll have to wait and see. As Weisling now closing in on Nicolo as well for P5. He's having a stormer of a race as Weisling. Nicolo did look good at the beginning on those super softs, but then it rained too early for him and completely destroyed his strategy. And he doesn't quite seem to have the pace in the wet either. Nigel's in the pits again. I think he's actually going to get lapped. Yeah, he has been lapped indeed. Actually, I think... Has he left? Or is he in AI? I don't know. He's ghosting. On board with Pagani. You can see just how close he is to Goody from this camera angle. Hardly anything separating them. We could see a race to the checkered flag between these guys. Would be nice. Oh, Vladimir Blades must have made a mistake or something because he's lost a second to Low Racer. He's getting very racy again with Hugh. Oh, it's not Hugh actually, it's the Sauber that's disconnected. So we'll see what Wisely can do on Nicolo. Is he going to get racing this time? Not quite. He's a little bit too far back. He might try to switch back. But Nicolo defends it well. On board with the Williams driver. See just how wet it is out there. It's looking very puddly. Probably won't see the full wet tyre come out there. I think it is going to be Inters all the way. But yeah, Wisely just trying to keep tabs on Nicolo. But I think if Wisely wants anything better than P5, he's going to have to get Nicolo very quickly. Because then another further 4 seconds to Wazzy in P4. Cloudy Balloons pits, he's got damage. Shock horror. And yeah, this is pretty much the only battle on track right now. Which is a shame to see. Seems like this is going to be one of the less entertaining Grand Prix. Nicolo goes very wide out of that corner. Wisely's going to have a better run, but can't quite get close enough. And picks up a 3-second time penalty for his efforts. Cut the corner there. So we'll see if he can get any closer anytime soon. But Gran is now on a charge against TMB DW. In that Red Bull, who's not having the greatest of times, neither is Gran. Matt Slag now picks up another 3-second time penalty. And yeah, there's not really too much to talk about. Everyone else is just minding their own business, racing their races. It's only this battle and the battle for P5 on track. Gran looks like he's got a good run. Not quite close enough though. This time surely side by side. He's going to tuck in behind for a little bit more slipstream. DW isn't going to defend it. And nice corner cut there from Gran to get the move done. He would have probably picked up a warning for that. But Wisely just can't find a way past Nicolo's Force India. Making it very tough for the Williams man. They are now both closing in on Wazzy, just 2.7 seconds down the gap. It's gone down by a second. And now a second and a half, 2.5 the gap to Wazzy. So Wazzy seems to be struggling in these wet conditions. lit up the rears a bit there out of that corner. He has actually got a bit of damage, because Wazzy, so that's probably why he's losing so much time. You never really want damage around here. It is very tough to keep a rhythm around here with damage to the car. We'll see if these guys can catch him. At the rate they're going, I think they might. They seem to be really reeling him in. 2.3 now the gap. Pagani is also reeled in Goody to 1.3. So the battle for the lead might ensue in a minute. But for now we're still watching the battle for P5, which could soon be the battle for P4. You can see Wazzy really isn't that far ahead of these guys. Now Pagani 0.8 behind Goody. What's happening to Goody? He's losing so much time. Has he picked up damage? No, he's just losing a lot of time to Pagani. Maybe Pagani's now upped it. Really pushing. Let's see what his telemetry is. Lean to... yeah, lean to rich. Goody in standard. Not a lot of fuel on board that car in Goody. And Pagani has a lot of fuel. Well, a lot more fuel than Goody. And he's starting to really reel him in now. See the gap now here, 1.1 seconds between Nicolo and Wazzy. Well, yellow flags. I think that might be for Cloudy Blues, who is now out of this race. Jack and Ponzo have a nice little scuffle. Yeah, I think we're going to have a battle now for P4. Cloudy Balloons has left the session when he really shouldn't, so that's going to be a nice penalty for Cloudy Balloons. And that has now destroyed the slipstream because of the slipstream glitch, which will make it a little bit harder for Nicolo and Wesley to get past Wazzy's Ferrari. They are bunching up nicely. Fat Slag is actually in the pits. Might have a bit of damage. Yeah, he does. He's got wing change incoming. So that's going to promote Wazzy to P3. Nicolo to P4, Wesley to P5, and so on. So this is now a battle for the podium between these guys. See Pagani still trying to hound Goody up ahead in P1 and 2. Just can't quite get close enough. And this battle between these guys is a further 12 seconds back from that. Jack and Ponzo are having another battle. Ponzo just can't find a way past Jack. Jack making his car as wide as possible. Konzo again to the outside this time. Never really works through there, around the outside. He's got the inside now for this corner as Jack goes very wide. Konzo leaves him space to come back on. Nice racing between these guys, and Konzo surely not to the inside through here, no. Not quite. Now Hugh has managed to get himself into this battle for P6. Nicolo and Wisely getting very close to Wisely, but like I said, Kelly Balloon's leaving the session. Means now we have the slipstream glitch, which if you don't know what that means, it means that there is now no slipstream at all in the race. So it's going to be very hard to pass in a straight line. Konzo's finally got past Jack. What about Hugh? He's going to stick behind the Renault for now. We're just over halfway through this race. It's been raining for the last 10 laps or so. So these guys' tyres might go another 4 or 5 laps before they have to pit again. Still watching this battle for P3. Wazzy defending it well with that damage. I'm just wondering when he pits again if he is going to fix that wing or if he's going to try and carry on to the end with a broken one. Just to try and hold the position as Fat Slag gets past Low Racer. For 9th place, he's going to be pretty quick now, Fat Slag on those fresh intermediates. New is up next, 10 seconds up the road. Within a second of Goody, he just can't quite get it to within like half a second. He can't quite get his car as close as he wants. He's going to keep putting the pressure on Goody. Goody, who so desperately wants this win to really maximise his potential in the championship. Once again, Nicolo can't quite get close enough to Wazzy. Just wondering when these guys are going to pit again. They've been on these tyres for about 11 laps, 12 laps. So I don't know. They might be able to take them to about lap 22. 16 laps that would be on the Inters. I think that's around when they're going to start to pit. It's between lap 20 to 23, I would think. See what Hugh's doing with Jack. Doesn't quite go for the move. Jack defending. Trying to keep his car as wide as possible for that 7th place. I'm just wondering, up at the front, if Pagani is going to try the undercut. I think that's the way he could win this race, is if he gets that undercut on Goody. He's got past Jack. We've got yellow flags. Sector 2 and 3. I think it was for DW. He's having an absolute torrid time. Half a second between the top two. It is really coming down now. Well, that's one Paga. Pagani now really ramping up the pressure on Goody. Go on board once more. Of course, Pagani, with this result, could really start to mount a title challenge. And if he gets the win, I suppose he'll be really confident. Lost a bit of time though on this lap. Nicolo trying his hardest to get as close to Wazzy as possible. Can't quite find a way though. Practically pushing Wazzy around the track now. Coming into the hairpin section. Oh, gets a bit too close to Wazzy that time. Only a little love tap though, no damage. Wazzy runs wide. Nicolo though can't get the grip on those tyres. Look how close he gets. He just cannot find a way past that Ferrari. Lap 20 of 31, 11 to go. Nicolo having to defend from Wisely, who might finally have taken his chance to get past the Force India. He said, "You're taking too long to get past the Ferrari. I'm going to try it myself." Down the inside he goes. Nicolo's still there, but not for long. So Wisely has now got himself into P4. Can he get past Wazzy? That is the question. Nicolo tried for laps on laps, but just couldn't quite do it. Can Wisely now show him how it's done? Oh, not like that, son. Oh, nice domino effect, and Nicolo has actually got damage from that. And his fight might be over. Still waiting for the first drivers to come in to the pits. William Pagani carrying on their tyres. Been on them for a very long time. As he now having to defend from Williams of Waislake, looking for a podium. Runners coming around start lap 22 of 31, sorry. Pagani just over half a second behind Goody. I think that slipstream glitch is really helping Goody out. Pagani really struggling. Oh, and DW. Oh, whoa, okay then. Nice jump there from the Red Bull. He's in the wall, he's giving up. Out of the race goes DW. The two Renaults getting very racy. Having a little bit of fun out there. The French team. That's how it gets past Jack into P8. We see at the front, Pagani trying everything he can to keep with Goody and try and catch him. Just can't quite get close enough. Are either of them going to come in this lap for fresh inters? I can't tell if the rain has actually stopped or not. Now that I think about it, it looks like it's stopped raining. It has, so could we be going back to dry running? This is very interesting if we're going back to dry running. Maybe that's why they're not pitting for another set of inters. We'll have to wait and see. It's definitely stopped raining. Oh, Pagani getting a very good run through there. Look how close he's getting to Goody. Nicolo's gone for ultra softs. I think it's a little bit too early for the dries just yet. Definitely heading that way though. And now we might actually have an entertaining race on our hands. It's woken me up. I was falling asleep for a few laps there. so we must be going back to dry tyres. Nicolo's on the Ultras, Jay Carty's also coming on the Ultras. I don't know if it's just quite ready yet though for the dries. It is looking pretty dry out there, but that might just be the illusion of the lights. Singapore's a weird one on the game. It looks bone dry, but it could still be absolutely soaking out there. Yeah, the flags in sector 2. We've also got Owen Wyatt coming in for the Ultra. So will either of these two come in for the dry tyres? Pagani's lost a bit of time on that lap. Goody's coming in. Pagani following suit. It's going to be the battle of the pit stops. I think Pagani's lost his chance though on that lap. Here we go then. They're both probably going to go on the Ultra Softs. Goody in. Slick stop from the Williams boys. What about McLaren? Yeah, looks like no time was really lost or gained. So Wazzy now takes the lead. He's carried on the Inters, as has Weisleg and Konzo. Hughes still on the Inters as well. Quite a few guys still on Inters. See what these two can do on the dries. Have they completely ruined their chance of the win in second place, or have they had a tactical masterclass? Most likely the latter. Wazzy going at it. I'm just gonna see though if Wazzy comes in, if he is actually going to get his wing changed. He might have to now that it's dry. Wisely carries on, Wazzy comes in. Most likely Ultra Softs. It doesn't look like though the Ultra Softs are too much quicker than the Inters at this stage. Goody, I've been watching the gap between Goody and Konzo. They didn't really seem to change too much. We'll see what happens now with Clean Air. 12 seconds the gap to Wisely up ahead. And the gap does seem to be coming down quite quickly, so yeah, it looks like the dry tyres are the ones to be on. And now we might have a battle for the victory on our hands. 5/10 the gap. Pagani really going for it now. 6 laps to go. Pretty much the whole field now on Ultras apart from Wisely. Nigel has disconnected, of course. And if I had a co-commentator, this would actually be a lot easier, but I'm going to check the penalties really quickly for these two. While there's no actual battling, Pagani has a 3-second. Goody, oh my word, there's so many. Pagani actually has 6 seconds. Yeah, looks like Pagani has 6 seconds. Doesn't look like Goody has any. So even if we do get an on-track battle and Pagani does pass, I don't think he's going to win due to the penalties. Oh, Pat's flags out. What's happened there? Oh, there's a Renault in the wall. Is he going to ghost? Doesn't look like he's ghosted there. That Ferrari had to avoid. Yeah, he's lost his front right. Wazzy looks like he might hold on to P3. Wisely a second behind. Did Wazzy change his wing? Yeah, he did. Still came out ahead of Wisely. Wow, that undercut really helped. Yellow flags again in sector 3. That is Jay Carty. Had a little moment, spun it, got it back around in the right direction, though he has lost his end plate and he is coming in for a pit stop. These two have been battling the whole race. I don't think I've seen the gap higher than 2.5 seconds between these guys. Pagani really putting on the pressure, but Goody really holding on well. Don't think he has a penalty to his name either. Pagani has 2 penalties, totaling up to 6 seconds worth. So it does look like Goody is going to win this race, but anything can happen in Formula 1. And it usually does. What about Wisely and Wazzy getting very close? Nice to see Wisely sporting the number 1 on his car. Fancies himself as a champion already. Getting tucked up right behind Wazzy's car. He's going to have that DRS as well, I think, yeah. Just not quite close enough for the move just yet. Come back to the battle for the lead. Oh, Pagani spun it. That is the race over. He's got damage as well. Lost both end plates. Pagani, who's had such a solid drive so far, apart from those 2 penalties. That's a shame to see, and now Wazzy might actually have a chance. If Pagani has lost both end plates, he's going to suffer from a lot of lost downforce. Can Wazzy now push for that 2nd place with 4 laps to go? Might be a bit of a tall order, maybe a bit too tall of an order. But like I said, anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does. Pagani now battling with back markers. It's not, oh, that's never what you want. Oh, boys, keep it clean. They seem to get through in the end, though. And Wisely, he's going to go to the outside of Wazzy through turn 1. Beautiful move if he can pull it off. Not quite. Has to cut the corner. Wazzy holds on for now, and now Konzo is there. Huge battle for the final podium place. Wazzy, Wisely, Konzo. Who's going to get it? Wisely's going for it. Around the outside. Has he got the grip? Not quite. Gonna have the inside for the next corner. That doesn't take it though. Tucks behind. Wazzy holds on for another few corners. 3 laps to go. Goody now has that checker flag in his sights. He knows he can get this race done now. The pressure is off him. Pagani's fallen back. It's all about this battle for the final podium place. Wazzy from Weislig, who gets very close there. Oh my word. Thought he was going to run into the back of Wazzy there. And then Konzo in 5th. He's really come out of nowhere. Like Owen Wyatt and Jake Carty getting a very racy. Owen Wyatt round the outside, gonna have the inside for the next corner. Beautiful move from Owen Wyatt to get P9. That's what you like to see. Lovely and clean, beautiful move. Two laps to go of probably the longest Grand Prix of my life. Picks up another time penalty there. Can Wazzy hold on? If he does, he will probably be my driver of the day. Weislig's had a very good race as well though, as has Konzo. My word, these guys are so close together. Anything can happen here. Wazzy seems to have got a little bit of breathing space though. Up to nearly a second. And now Weislig under pressure from Konzo, who gets past, does he? Yeah, Konzo up into P4. Huge mistake there from Weislig on the outside of that corner. Penultimate lap now, and Konzo has P4. Can he now push for that final podium place? Wazzy, who's held onto it for so long, it would be pretty cool now if he was to lose it. Seems like Konzo's actually losing ground though to Wazzy, who nearly has that job done. He nearly has that Ferrari, the prancing horse, back on that podium after a terrible time out last week. And we are on to the final lap. Good, he has started it. He's led the entire race pretty much. Fantastic drive from the Williams boy. Had a few poor showings as of late, but he's right back at it, right when he needs it. With the Joker being away, this is a huge result for this man in the Williams. Let's just hope he doesn't bin it now on this final lap. Pretty much a victory lap at this stage. He's got to keep it calm and composed, just get it to that line, and then you can start celebrating. It's beautiful from Goody, absolutely fantastic driving. So clean, so composed, so... I don't know how to describe it, it's just top draw driving, really, from Goody. Is Hugh now going to get a move on Wesley, who's had a really poor last couple of laps? Has he got damage? Yes, he does. That's why he's losing so much time. And Hugh might be able to get a move done on this final lap. Let's chat back up with Goody though, as he's about to come across the line for the final time tonight. It's been a while. He had a few poor races recently, but he is now back on that top step right when he needed the most. Goody wins in Singapore. Huge result for him in the team. Pagani is going to hold on, only just though. Why has he brought that gap down to 1.7? Pagani takes second. Not sure he's happy with that. Oh, actually, Pagani doesn't take second. He gets fourth through penalties. So Wazzy goes second. Great race from the Ferrari man. Conzo third. Pagani gets fourth in the end. Weislig nearly lost that position to Hugh. But he comes home fifth. Hugh is sixth. Jack now seventh. And now we just wait for Low Racer. Hasn't had the greatest of races. Had a fantastic start. I think he went from P11 to P6 on the opening lap. Just wasn't to be today. One Ferrari finished on the podium, the other's going to come home in P8. He's left the session already. Yeah, he is not happy. Here comes Low Racer. He knows the world is watching him. Everybody's watching him. And there you go. He crosses the line to take P8 in the Singapore Grand Prix. What was a very dull first 20 laps of the race, but suddenly exploded for the final 10 laps. There he is, back on that top step. Paddy Lowe is celebrating. He knows he's got a world-class driver on his hands as he lifts that trophy. Goody wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Wazzy second. Konzo in third. And that is going to wrap it up for tonight's race. Hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to give driver over the day to Konzo in the end. P12 to P3, fantastic podium for him. Weislig as well, P13 to P5, and Hugh as well, 16th to 6th. Lots of good drives in there, but that is going to do it for the Singapore Grand Prix. Make sure you join us again on Sunday for ILR1 and ILR2, and also ILR Xbox tomorrow over on Twitch. Make sure you watch that as well. And we will see you then. Goodbye, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.